So the tip is buffed as if it were a natural nail. You would base coat, and if it was an acrylic nail, it would be finished with a matte buffed surface. I'm going to paint with a black gel polish, very high pigment black gel polish. And we're going to just do 2 coats of the polish. And the first one, when it's high pigment, well, with most gel polishes, really thin coat, because you want it to cure correctly. So this first thin coat is going to go into the lamp for 60 seconds. Now I'm just applying a second coat to give it pure black coverage, so there's no patches. Into the lamp again for another 60 seconds. Now, my favourite top coats are crystal nails. I use both of these for matting my chrome designs. So when I've chromed, or I use this to chrome with, the Top Shine Extreme, it's a no wipe, and I chrome straight onto it. But I also then seal it with that, and then I put a layer of matte on. Now this is my favourite ever matte top coat too. So we're going to put a real smooth layer on this on first. And when you're chroming a nail, the design with chrome, any blemishes at all, any streaks, any bubbles, everything will show up. So it has to be perfect. So apply a coat of top coat to the entire nail, and then just floating the brush over to get rid of any blemishes. No bubbles at all. Let's put that in the lamp. Now this chrome bronze, it's beautiful. I did actually purchase this one from my lovely friend Alexa, but there are many variations in different colours of chrome. You can buy from all sorts of different companies and direct off the internet, eBay and places like that. This is so finely ground. The qualities of chrome can really vary. This one goes on almost like mirror immediately. You don't need very much, and chromes do always show up better over black, which is why I've used black as the base coat. You can lay them over other colours, but this just shows the intensity really. That tiny little bit that I had on the end of the pad has covered the whole nail. So once it's all rubbed in, you can see how fine it is. It's ground to almost dust. Some of them are not quite such good quality and they can be quite grainy. So I'm just going to polish it off, give it a good rub. It's so shiny. You can do it any colour you like. I just thought I would use this because one, I love it, and it will stand out very well against the stripes I'm going to put on over afterwards. So again, I'm using the Extreme Top Shine Crystal Nails Top Coat. This is going in the lamp now. I tend to do all of mine over acrylic really, so I don't have so many chipping issues with chrome. But I do always double top coat it, you see, just to be sure. On this occasion, I'm using the Matte Ever. It's my favourite matte top coat that I've ever used. I know you're probably thinking, why are you covering chrome up with matte? Well, it gives it a beautiful metallic finish. So again, you don't want any lumps or blemishes or air bubbles in this top coat. There we go, back in the lamp. So that's the finish out of the lamp, cured with the matte top coat on. It's amazing. I just love the effect it gives. Well, over the top of this now, we're going to use black gel paint. I get this from Alexa too. I love her gel paint. It's great quality stuff. I also love her little brush. So here's my gel liner. I'm going to paint directly onto this matte top coat with this gel liner, and it's going to be zebra stripes, a little bit of animal print. I had done these before and they were really striking and eye-catching, and there was a lot of questions about them, so I thought I'd just do this quick demo video because it's so simple. This is a really effective but very easy and quick to do in salon. Some of our clients come to us wanting these show-stopping designs that they've pulled off the internet, and they take hours. But these are really fast. Going to drag this out a little bit. If you hadn't noticed, I've not had long nails on for ages. I am struggling somewhat with them. I'm not going to cover the whole nail. I've decided that I'm going to do a little bit of crystal placement over the top of this as well, just to really jazz it up. So I've decided that I'm just going to cover a little bit of this nail on an angle for some detail to catch your eye. And I'll run some crystals along the border. Right, so let's put this gel away. This gel now is going to be sprinkled with a little bit of acrylic powder, which will then mean that you don't need to wipe it off. And it will also give it a textured finish. Black acrylic powder. This is CGP, my awesome friend Gemma. She's amazing. And I've got a little old plastic tray here which I use to just catch any drips, and Colourpop. I use it as a little spoon. So here I'm just going to pour it on. Obviously making sure that every little bit is coated. Now it does soak in. So when you tap the excess off, just sit for a minute, and if it starts to go a little bit shiny again, it means it's soaked in. So just give it another covering. Okay, pop that in the lamp. Now that's out of the lamp, with a little bit of gel wipe off, we're just going to wipe it off to get rid of the excess dust. Okay, and let it dry. Now for some Swarovskis. It's always me with a bloody creaky chair, isn't it? Okay, brush on glue and my little wax crayon that I like. I just dropped one. So now I have some black caviar beads. You can see they're sort of almost gunmetal. A little bit of foam backing, because it goes in the bin anyway. And some of my no wipe top coat. I have an old Barbara brush, especially for this. So I pick up a tiny amount on my brush and seal the crystals on. There are plenty of beautiful pictures out there of people who've got perfect crystal placement, but they don't last. The crystals fall off because they're not sealed on. They look good for the photo, but sadly, the reality of our clients' daily lives, these crystals actually need to be held on. So I use the top coat just to catch around the base of each one. Although you don't want to use too much, and you need a tiny brush so that this can be really delicate, because obviously the chrome underneath is matte, and anywhere that the top coat touches the matte surface, it makes it shiny again, and that's not the look that we're going for. You can see there, look, it's made it shiny. Well, this is because I just want to put a couple of beads on here. So I use minimal product, as little as I possibly can, and then I will cure it. Just hold them in place. Then you can always go back and revisit it and add a little bit more afterwards. I'm going to put that in the lamp. Now they're held in place. I'm just going to go and add a little bit more in the places where I feel it's important to make sure these larger gems are not going to fall off. So I kind of go between them, look, let it sink in around the gaps. Without letting it ruin our matte finish. Okay, last touches. So that's going back in the lamp again now.